Hope you all have installed this MySQL and you have created this instance for writing any SQL query, right? Last class what we have discussed, so we have discussed how to create database, how to create table, right? And if you are creating table, how to give that column name, column data type and their size as well, right? Then we have seen some insert query, how to insert values into database, right? So for insertion we have seen two queries. In one you can directly add your values and you can insert those values inside the table, and other way you have to mention that column name and then the values like this. Then we have seen after inserting those values into table how to retrieve those value, right? So by select command we can retrieve those value, we can get those value whatever we have stored inside that table. Got it? Now we'll see some constraint part. Okay, let me paint. All right, so what is constraint? Let me add that box. First we'll discuss what is constraint, then we'll discuss about their type. In constraint we have different topic, we'll discuss one by one. So SQL constraint. Okay, what is this SQL constraint? Alright, so when we are creating any database, inside the database we are creating some table, right? Inside that table we are creating some column. We can create n number of column inside that table, right? So we can give some particular rules to that column. For example, last day, let me execute the select star from student. So last day we have stored these value: name, email, mobile, college and age, right? We have stored those value inside this row. So we can apply some particular rule to any column, right? This is name na, so we can apply some particular rule to this name column. We can apply some particular rule to this email column, same mobile, then college and then age. Okay, so for particular column we can apply some rules and regulation. That is nothing, that is your SQL constraint, right? Okay, then now we'll see what is that rule. Let me add one point here. In a database table we can add rules, right, to a column. So we can add some rules to a particular column. So if we have total 5 column in this student table, so we can add 5 constraint to that table, sorry, to that column. Like we have total 5 column, we can apply that constraint to all of that column. If we have 5 column inside the student table, we can apply that constraint to that particular 5 column as well. Either that constraint is same or it is different. You can apply both. So it is known as constraint. All right. So these, let me add star. So these rules, whatever rules you have added to that particular column, so these rules control the data that can be stored in column, right? Now we'll see that constraints. These constraints are like in Java we have seen if condition, right? So if we are applying some conditions, if condition to particular product program, so if that condition returns true, that then inside if block, if whatever condition we have, they will execute that word part, right? If that if condition returns false, it will go to else part and they will execute the else part, all else part, right? Whatever code you have added inside the else part. The same way, if you are adding any SQL constraint, so this SQL constraint is same as that if else. You can just assume this one is same as if condition. So if you are applying some if you are applying these constraint to any particular column, they have to follow that rules. All right. So we have not null. Not null is one constraint. Okay. Then we have unique. Unique is one constraint in SQL. Then we have primary key. Okay. Then we have foreign key. Then we have check and default and create index. Okay, so these are the constraint. Now we'll see what is the use of this not null, what is the use of this unique and primary key and foreign key, check default and create index. So one by one we'll see each of each constraint here, right? Let me change there. We'll discuss one by one. So not null. So what if we'll add this not null constraint to any particular column? So when can you add that constraint? If you are creating any table, for example, where is that code? Yeah, this one. Last day we have created this table. Create table student name varchar and their size, email varchar and their size, mobile varchar and their size, college varchar and their size, and age. So you can apply that constraint, this not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check default and create index inside this column name. So with this column name you can apply any constraint, right? So let me create one another table. Right, let me write this program in this new file. So create table. Now we'll change the table name here. Okay, we'll give some other name, for example employee. So create table employee. We are creating here employee table. All right, now we need to give their data type and variable name and their size, and we will add constraint as well. Okay, so we are creating here employee table. This employee contain, so you have seen about like we have one constraint primary key and we have one constraint unique, right? Okay, so first we'll see about this not null one, then we'll go for the other. So here we are creating this employee table. All right, so here we'll give college id, int, and then we'll give college name, so cname varchar, we'll give 20 size here. So this is our college name, and then name will give varchar same 20, then we have age integer. Alright, so we have written this create table query. Now when you are entering in any college, they will give you some college id, right? Like id card. That id card contains some number value. So if you are trying to add this condition to this college id, what condition you want? Like, I don't want to store null value inside this null value inside. Let me add this as a comment. You so the condition is for this college id you don't want null value. Okay, you don't want this null value, so we can use this constraint not null constraint with this college id variable or college id column, so not null. So after first we have written our variable name or column name. So this college id is our column name, then we have to mention their data type. After that we can add this SQL constraint here. It means if you are creating any table, after creation if you are inserting any value, at that time if you haven't passed any value for this college id, it means it will give null, because there is no value associated with this id, right? And we have added this not null condition here also, so this will check, okay, whether this college id contains some value or not. So this is the use of this not null constraint. Let me add that same point. So the not null constraint in a column means that the column cannot store null value. Got it? So if created any table, inside in that table if you are trying to add some column into that, and if you are using this not null constraint like this that I have added in this SQL query, so create table employee college id int not null. So if you are inserting some value to this employee id and you have passed null for that, so they will not accept that accept your query, because you have added this not null keyword. If you will not pass this college id in that insert query, they will store that value as is instead of this college id. Like if we didn't have that not null and you haven't stored any value to this college id, so they will store null at the place of this college id, right? But if you have added this not null constraint, it means anyhow you have to add that value. Got it? So this is the use of this not null constraint. All right, Let me add that same example. Okay, now we have, let me try this left. Okay, now next we have unique keyword, unique constraint. What do you mean by this unique? By that word it is explaining if you want to make any variable as a or any column as a unique variable, then you have to use this unique keyword. For example, here we have written this create table employee query, right? In this college id I have added this not null. In college name, right, in college name I haven't added any constraint, any SQL constraint. All right, so this college name, or let me add after this college id, let me add varchar, sorry, varchar, yeah. So we have this college id not null, and here we'll add this email varchar 20, right? So when you are uh, trying to register to any website, right? So if you have opened, like if you open Facebook, right, Facebook will ask for this login, right? If you open Facebook, they will ask for this login functionality. First you have to log in, then you will be able to see that Facebook page, right? So in that Facebook page, when you are signing, like if you have that account, you can sign in. If you didn't have that account, you have to open your account in Facebook. So you have to enter email and password for login, right? That email is unique for each person. I have my own email, you have your own email, so that email is what? That email is unique here. Got it? What I'm trying to explain here. So if you are creating any table, inside that table if you have this email field and you want to apply this condition, right, email always should be unique, right? So for that uniqueness purpose, we have unique constraint in SQL. So we'll do what? Email varchar and their size. After that I will add unique keyword. It means whatever value will come to this email, they will not store duplicate value. Always they will store unique value, right? Let me create this table here, right? Let me refresh this. So we got this table here. See, employee. So this call it id integer, email is varchar, college name is varchar, name is varchar, age is integer, right? Now we'll store some value. All right, so insert into employee. Wait, yeah, insert into, oh I miss, insert into employee. In employee table we want to add some value. Got it? So insert into employee and then values then we'll add the values here. So this way you can add value to this employee table. So we have made this caller ID as a not null, and this, where is that, yeah, this email as a unique constraint. Got it? Now we'll store some value. So first we have ID, so we'll give some ID 11. Then I have to enter email Amis. Okay, then we have C name, college name, ABCD. Then we have name will add anything, test. Then we have age 25. Wait, yeah, first place we have integer value, I have an integer. Second place we have means that is fine. Second place we have this email, and for that email we have added this unique keyword. It means if first time you have stored this Gmail ID, right? Second time you cannot store that same Gmail ID to that same column, because we have added this unique constraint over there. It means that column always, when you are using this table, always that column should be unique. You can't create copy, you can't create duplicate of any row from that in that column. Got it? If I'll run this query, see, we got green signal. Now we'll refresh it, and now we'll see what output we have. So instead of writing that select query, so how to get those value whatever we have stored inside the data, inside like this database, just hover to this employee table and see we have 3 button in this employee table. Just click to the last one. See, we have stored this college ID with 11, email this one, C name this one, name this one, and age this one. Got it? Now I will do what? Again I am trying to store that same value, right? Insert into, I have executed this. If you see here, we got one error. Why we got error? Because just previous query we have executed this one, right? Again I am trying to execute the same query. If you see the error, insert into employee this error code, this one, duplicate entry amis@gmail.com. In this email field we got this error, duplicate error code this and duplicate entry, and they have mentioned that email also. So if I'll do, if so see here we have this email already inside this email column. Again I am trying to store that same email, right? So that time we got some exception. Directly they are showing here this value is duplicate here. So at that place we need to change that value. Only that case we can store it, right? So this is the difference between not null and unique. Unique means always it should be unique. Got it? So let me add some point for this. So the unique constraint unique constraint in a column means that the column must have unique values. Got it? So if you are creating any table, inside the table we have multiple column. If you want to apply some conditions to that particular column, you can do that. Right? So we have used this not null. Not null means every time you need to add some value to that column. If you have used this not null keyword, right? If you have used this unique keyword, it means that value should be unique. That column, select, you have created one column, so inside that column we have multiple rows. All rows values should be unique. Got it? Now we'll move to primary key. Primary key constraint. Okay. What is this primary key? So primary key constraint is a, you can say, combination of not null and unique. So if you have added any primary key to for any column, right? So primary key is a combination of not null, and primary key is the combination of this unique constant. So if you have added primary key to any column, it means you can't add duplicate value for that primary key. For example, we have this query. First we have created this table, and I have added this not null constraint here. I have added this unique constraint here. The same way you can add that primary key constraint to any variable. Primary key constraint is a combination of not null and unique. So if you are using any, like if instead of this not null, if I'll add primary key, it means now this college ID type is primary key, because we have added this primary key constraint into this college ID column. Got it? Let me show you what is primary key. So the primary key combination. So primary key is a combination of not null and unique constraint. Got it? Let me add star here. So the primary key is a combination of not null and unique constraint. It means if you added any primary key to any table, any column, so always that value should be unique, and you can't add null value to that particular table. So we have this employee table. Inside employee we have this college ID, and we have mentioned this college ID type as an integer and the primary key also. So primary key is a combination of not null, and primary key is a combination of unique one, right? So if they are satisfying that both of the condition, only that case you will get true here, right? So you'll get true, it means it is, so that value will be added to that table. Got it? So that is the use of primary key. If you have added any primary key to any column, it means you can't add duplicate values, because that value should be unique, and you can't like you can't add null value to that column. So because we have this not null as well. So primary key is the combination of not null and unique one. Got it? Now let me change this color. So this is for your create table query, SQL constraint, which to this, no problem. Now we'll back to the previous one. So we have seen insertion, we have seen creation, and to get those values. Now we'll see how to delete any row in database and how to update any row, right? So for example, we have this employee table, right? If you see here, we have added this value for this particular employee table. If you want to update anything, like right now we have 25 here, you want to update it to 30. My Gmail ID is this one, and you have changed your Gmail ID, you want to update your Gmail ID, right? So how to update those value and how to delete those value as well. If you want to delete any column, if you want to delete full row, like the whole row, this one, 11 to your last value, you can do that well as, right? You can delete any value, you can update any value, right? So now we'll see that one. All right. So when we are talking about that update and when we are talking about that delete, we have two process. We can directly add our update query and with some condition we can add update query as well. Now I'll show you why we'll go for some condition, right? So right now we have added, like, let me add this 12. Okay, test 2 26. Let me insert this value. It is inserted. Now we'll do that select star. See, we have added these two rows, right? Now you want to I want to update this name, so we have update query. So update, and then which table you want to update. So employee, so I want to update employee table, EMPLOYEE. Update table employee. Wait, what is the issue here? Yeah, update employee. Now we have written our table name. Now which column you want to update? If you want to update this name, right? So let me add the C name. So update table name and your column name. So update table, column name, C name equal to what value you want to add at that place. So let me add Amis. So update table, table name and the column name, and whatever value you want to update, you have to write that one. Okay, so we have written our column name here. So here, like before this column name, we have to add this set, like which column you want to set this value. So update table name set. Set means which particular column you want to update your value. So in CNAME, we want to update with this Amis, right? Now see what is the difference between these two lines. First is directly add our update query. So I have directly added our update query here, right? Second one is with some conditions. Why we need some condition here, right? Let me execute this one. See, we got the green signal. Now after update when we have executed that query, we need to check. ठीक है, update employee set cname equal to, oh sorry, I was on mute. So update employee set cname equal to Amis. We have executed this query, right? Now we'll do this select star from employee. So whatever value we have, they will give that. If you see here, cname, earlier we have abcd and some other value. So they have updated all cname, all name with this Amis. So that is the issue. We cannot add our update query directly. If you will not add any condition, any particular condition, like you want to update that name only for this first row, you want to update only name for this second row. So that's why we need to add some condition. So if you want to update this name only for this first row, so and for that we will use where clause. Okay, how to use this where clause? See, so in this where clause we have to mention some unique value, like what, like inside this, in this first row we have this college id, email, cname, name and age. So in where clause we need to mention some some common, like some unique thing that is available in this first row, right? So we'll write the same query, update employee set cname equal to Amis, and in last we will add our where clause. Where, what is the common thing, like what is the some unique thing? So this college id, here we have 11, second row we have 12. So this college id is uniquely specifying this first row, right? So where, now we'll write here where college id equal to 11. It means they will update this value where college id is 11. So where we have that 11 college id? In first row. Got it? So they will update that name with this to that particular college id. So in which particular row we want to update those value? So I want to update those value in id number 11. So let me add some different name here. Okay, so update employee set cname equal to Anup where college id equal to 11. Now I will execute this query. There is some spelling mistake. Yeah, co triple l I have written here. Let me execute again. Yeah, we got the green signal. Now we'll do that select star from employee. It means we want to get those value. If you see here now, earlier we have in CNAME Amis and Amis, but we have added our where clause here, right? So why we have added this where clause? Because if we will not add where clause, so they will update that value, whatever column we want to update, they will update that whole column. So that's why we need this where clause here. This is nothing, this is simple as like we are applying some if condition. If college ID is equal to 11, only that place we will update these things. Just assume like in Java. So in Java, if you have to write that code, you will do what? You will apply this if condition. If college ID equal to 11, then it will come inside this if, right? And you will update, you will execute your query here, right? So this is same as this one. Where college ID equal to 11, it means it will return true here. So they will come and they will execute this query. Simple. If you want to update for college ID 12, ABCD, give any name, execute this. Now run this select star from employee. See, it got updated. So in where clause you can use any column. Okay. You have any question?
No, it's by mistake.
Okay. No problem. So we can give any column name. Like if you want to go for this age, so we will write age here, age equal to 25. So where age equal to 25, we will update those value only that place. So you can update any other like I want to update this email. Email equal to anup@gmail.com. So where age is equal to 25, they will go to that place and they will update this email with this. Let me execute this. See, we got the green signal last here. Now we'll do select star. See, we got the output here. Now previous email is updated by the latest one. So you can use any column inside this where clause. The same way for deletion. For deletion, if you want to delete any row, or if you want to like we have seen this update one, right? If you not apply any where clause, they will update that thing for whole row. Whatever, like if you have total 10 row inside this table, they will update this name for that 10 row. The same way, if you are deleting something and you are not mentioning any where clause or any condition, they will do what? They will delete all the value, right? So the same way we have like this, like delete, like delete from employee, and where, if you write where clause here, right? Where college ID equal to 11. So they will delete one particular one row where we have ID equal to 11. If you will not mention this thing, if you will write only delete from employee, it means they will delete all the row that is stored inside this employee table. And if we'll add like this, sorry, copy paste, so delete from employee where college ID equal to 11. So this second one will delete one particular row, and this delete from employee will delete all the row that we have. They will delete all the data. So that is the difference between these two. So if your update query is cleared, these two delete is same. So if we want to update, if you want to write one update query without any clause, where clause, they will update this CNAME in all the rows. If you are applying any where clause, it means they will update that value into for some particular place. Same way, delete from employee will delete all the value, and delete from employee where, if you are adding any where clause to that place, they will delete that particular value. Let me execute this query. We got green signal here. Let me run the select star for employee. See that 11th ID, that row is deleted here. Now we have only one row. Got it? Let me add this example here. Oh, right. And this one also. Got it? So this is our constraint example. So as of now we have discussed only not null, unique and primary key, and tomorrow we'll discuss the other constraint and their example also, right? So thank you for joining. That's it for today. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.